Hi everyone, today's video is going to be an update on another project pan. I'm currently in 6 and I'm about to start another one. I like to have a lot of project pans going because to me then I don't feel very limited because I have a lot of options. That's just what makes sense to me. But that being said, today I'm going to do an update on my 13 in by Halloween. So this is my second month update. This project is exactly halfway finished. And last time I had used up 4 items, so I only had I was only trying to finish up 9 more. I finished up 4 more again. I cannot believe that. I cannot believe I've already finished up 8 items or hit goal on. So I now, I will show you the 4 items I finished up and what I've rolled in and then everything that I already have. But I will have 13 items in this project because that's how I like to do it, is roll things in. But I only have to finish or hit goal on 5 to have this project completed. So I'm really excited about that. So let's just go ahead and get into it. The first thing is for the song What's This, because in case I didn't say, this is my 13 by Halloween, but it is themed by Nightmare Before Christmas. And so What's This is like the song he hears, or he sings once he gets into Christmas Town. And, excuse me, so I used the Revlon Age Defying powder in light pale, and I just wanted to hit pan on it. And as you can see, I have actually done that. I hit a little bit of pan, just a little slice, but that's enough to hit gold for me. So this is being rolled out, and in place for, again, I thought of that What's This, he talks about snow a lot, and he's in Christmas Town. So I thought of something white for snow, and it is this little bitty guy. It is the Supergoop Daily Correct CC Cream in light medium. So it's really small, and I'm about right there if you can see that. I know that this is kind of a gimme product, but it is too dark for, well, today it actually is slightly too light, so it blends in really nicely. But for most of the year it's too dark, and I know that once comes winter, once the sun goes away, or I'm not outside as much, I'm not going to be able to match this, and I don't want to let it sit around for another year. I'm also finished with sampling for my thesis, which is super exciting, also very terrifying, but that's okay. So I won't be having any more boat days. So all that is to say, I want to get this finished up before next summer, because then it'd just be like another year older. So I'm about, like I said, right here. I could probably finish this up. It'll probably be finished by next time. The next item was for Pumpkin King, because, you know, he's like, I, Jack, the Pumpkin King. And I wanted to hit pan on an eyeshadow in my Vice 4 palette. This is by Urban Decay. I really like this palette. And one of the most, to me, one of the shades that made a lot of people buy it, and one of the most beautiful shades in this palette is the shade Flame. And if you can see, I know it's super reflective, but there we go. We've got some pan. We actually have a decent sized pan. And I hope you can also, here's a swatch. It's gorgeous. I discovered my love of actually using this as like my crease shade, and I just thought it was great. But I also hope you can appreciate in this, I know it's hard to see, especially because it's so reflective, but I didn't just like burrow down and hit pan. Like, there's a lot of use out of that entire shadow. So that's really exciting, and it's all gone. So, or not all gone, but I hit gold. So in order, my new product to roll in is this guy, and this is the only product I don't have on my face today. I'm so agitated because I wanted to put this on my face, and I forgot. And I put another blush on instead. But this is the Cargo Swimmable Blush in Los Cabos. It looks really orange to me, and it's a circle like a pumpkin. I don't know. Here it is. I mean, you can see, I mean, it's not like, I mean, it's kind of coral, but it's pretty orange for a blush. Really pigmented. I might be able to pull it off as an eyeshadow as well. So we've got this guy. Is my new Pumpkin King item. The third product that I had hit goal on was in my Rockstar palette, and this was for Beryl, who's one of Oogie Boogie's henchmen, and I had chosen to hit pan on the shade Adagio, and this one's a little bitty fleck of pan right there in the center. And again, I do have some, like, there's a pretty big dip throughout the whole shadow, so that makes me happy. It's a really nice nude shade. I use it to highlight my brow bone, set under my eyes, and highlight down the center of my face. So I do really like this, and I think it's a great shade, and I'm glad I hit pan on it. And so, what I used for that is actually this nail polish that I have on, because Beryl is dressed like a skeleton, so he's black and white, and it's just like he's very dark and spooky, and I feel like this is like very reminiscent of Halloween for me. It's this beautiful Nicole by OPI. It's a textured polish. It's in the shade A-Nise Treat, and I'm right there. So I hope you can see. I know it's hard because it is a darker shade, but I'm right there. I do, however, realize that with the shape of this bottle, progress is going to be slower because the bottle's getting fatter. But that's okay. I still have some use on it. I worried that I would not be able to finish this up within 2 months, but I'm going to try to get some use out of it. And that's one of the reasons why I do my pans like I do. I make them rolling because that way I can put in some items that I might not actually be able to finish. And with this, I just wanted to hit pan on this blush. I don't think I said that. That also makes me really nervous because it's pretty much a brand new blush. But we'll see. And the last item that I finished up is, it doesn't look finished, and it's this glitter polish. I had this in for the clown with the tearaway face, and you can see through it, but like I was using it and I couldn't get any glitter out. I couldn't get any at all. So I'm calling this done. It's like in a weird suspended gel, and I think maybe just because it's dried out. I got this online a few years ago, and it just came with some like nail art things. So anyway, it's all gone. I'm calling it quits on that guy. And to put in, to replace that, I have this Bite Beauty Strangefruit lip gloss. I got this in a Sephora set. I'll link that review down below. I do have it on today over something else. It's a really pretty pink. It is pretty sticky, if we're being honest, but I do really like it. The cap is broken, as you can see, and I'm about right there. I have a lot of use out of it. I'll take the stopper out once I finish, but it's right there. It's really pretty. I think I can definitely get through this within 2 months. So, those are all of the new items. I forgot to tell you the weights. I did weigh all of them. Oh, man, I'm sorry, guys. So, for the Supergoop, what's this? It is 7 grams. For the Pumpkin King Cargo Blush is 14 grams. The Beryl Nail Polish is 57 grams. And the Clown with a Tearaway Face Lip Gloss is 12 grams. So, I just got my scale. I only have weights for today. Not for, like, past days. But that'll help me show some progress. I really like weighing things, so we have that. Now, let's go into the other items. The first is for Oogie Boogie, and it's the e.l.f. Mist and Fix. I kept forgetting to use this, guys. I'm not going to lie to you. It's got a weird sprayer where, like, so you think of, like, a spray is like in a circle, but the bottom half of the circle is a lot stronger than the top. So what I end up doing is spraying it up in the air and then kind of just, like, letting it fall on my face. That's the best way that I can use it. I also use it to dampen shadows. I started up here and I'm down to there. So I did actually make some good progress. I think I can definitely get it finished in 2 months, but I think if I remembered to use it every day, I might be able to finish this completely, which would be very exciting in the next month. So we have this guy. The next guy does not have near as good of progress, unfortunately, and it is for the song This Is Halloween, and it is in my Kat Von D, oh, well, that's the back of it, Pastel Goth palette, and it's the shade Dagger. Right here. And y'all, it doesn't even look like I've used it. Like, there's no dip or anything, which is really disappointing. I have gotten a lot of use out of it. I've used it quite a bit. But these shadows are all 1.7 grams a piece. So they're large shadows anyway. I will swatch it for you. It's a beautiful shade. It's like a nice, very cool tone gray. It's extremely pigmented, but it doesn't blend super well. So I don't love it. I'm going to keep working on it for sure, but I don't think I'll have pan on it by the end of this project, if we're being totally honest. We've already done that, so snake is the next one, because I was thinking of the snake that eats, what do you call it? That like eats the Christmas tree, and so for that I use something out of my Urban Decay Full Spectrum palette, and it's the shade Calavera. And it is right here. Again, that like really shiny plastic. It is what's on my lids today. There is, you're not going to be able to tell, I know, I'm sorry. the eensy winksiest beansiest bit of side pan. It looks like I haven't used it, like even in person, like up close, it looks like this shadow's never been touched, and I've probably used it at least 10 times. It's a gorgeous shade. I know people hate this palette, and I really cannot for the life of you tell me why. Because look at that. Look at how pigmented that beautiful yellow is. I've gotten a lot of use out of it. I don't think it's going to be finished. I wanted to hit pan on it. I don't think that'll happen because it's just not going anywhere. But this guy weighs 353. That's not right. Sorry. 345 grams. And I don't think I said the weight for the Pastel Goth palette, but it's 141. So hopefully those grams will at least go down. But there's a lot of shadow in there. Next we have Jack Skellington. And for him, I have this shade in my Kat Von D Mi Vida Loca palette. I love this palette. And for this, I wanted to hit pan on the shade Skulls, which is right here. And it's a white shade. There we go. You can see there is actually a pretty nice size dip. I use it as an inner corner highlight, and it is my face highlight today as well. And I think it's really beautiful for that. Here's a swatch. It's a very pigmented shadow. I do have a nice size dip. How large are these? These are 1.1 gram a piece. I really don't know if you can appreciate the dip because it is a white shadow and, you know, lighting gets super funky. Like, oh, I'm going to autocorrect your lighting. There you go. You can see the dip. And there is a large dip in one part, but it has gotten some use all around. This one will be challenging, but I do think I might be able to hit pan by the end of this project, which is exciting. And that weighs 443 grams. Next we have Tim Burton, who is the producer of this Night Before Christmas, and he's also the director of Alice in Wonderland Through the Looking Glass. So for this, I wanted to hit pan on the shade Hatter. It is what's in my outer V today, and it's a beautiful shade. I think this might be the first time you're getting to see there is an actual dip in this shade. I've used it quite a bit. It is kind of a powdery shade. It's so, again, just gorgeously pigmented. I feel like Urban Decay used to be super hyped, and then it kind of lost its hype and people were saying that it was chalky. Maybe it's just my inexperience. I think I have a decent amount of experience with eyeshadow, but I think it's a beautiful shade. I love this palette, and hitting pan is going to be really challenging. I don't know if I'll I don't know if I'll actually be able to hit pan on this shadow, but I'm going to try, and I've gotten a lot of use out of it, and I really like it like it is today on the second half of my lid. I also really like it under my lower lash line. So that's this Tim Burton item, and that weighs 488 grams today. Next is Sally, and for her, I chose to do the Tarte, the Sculptor. And this is how much I have left. Where's my little line? So here are my lines. My first two are gold and then this one's in black. I thought that might be easier to see. So you can see I am making pretty consistent progress. This is an okay liquid or cream contour. It's kind of warm, but we'll see what happens. I do think that it's realistic that I would be able to finish this up in the next 2 months. Next month might be a little pushing it, but in the next 2 months I think I could get that finished. And it weighs 10 grams today. Next is Dr. Finklestein, and for him I have the Laqa & Co. Cheeky Lip. And this is a cream blush, but it also is a lip product, and it is the lip product I have on today. It's really, really pigmented right there. It's a little drying on the lips, but with the lip gloss over it, it's fine. And let me show you my progress. So, okay, there we go. Last time I was still up there, I couldn't even mark it, but now I got a little lower. I think using it as a lip product is really helping. And I do measure that big plastic piece, just because it's easier for me to make my measurements always consistent. But I obviously, once the product itself is gone, it's going to be finished. I think it's possible that that's done in 2 months, especially if I use it a lot more as a lip product, but we'll see about that one. And that weighs 12 grams today. Next, we have Henry Selick, And for him, I have the MAC Strobe Cream. And I didn't mark on it because if you mark on MAC products, I already have that, I gotta take off. You can't back to MAC them. So I was like, I can't really see any progress, but I know I've used it every single day. So that's a little disappointing. Hopefully the weight will help us show some progress. This weighs 27 grams today. But you can see, I mean, it does have some use. I have gotten some use out of it. But based on the past month, because I've only had this in for a month, I had used up the previous Henry Selick product. Based on the last month, I'm not sure I'll be able to finish this up within the next 2 months. Sorry about my phone. John and I are talking about a bacon festival. So, you know, it's really important. And next, and the last item is the song Gambling Oogie Man. And for that, I have the Tarte Rainforest After Dark palette. I did want to mention, be very careful with this palette. It's fallen off my vanity twice, and both times I lost some shadow. I haven't lost anything completely, and funnily enough, the bronzer that I'm actually working on hasn't been affected at all. But you can probably see I lost some shadow. I lost a chunk of the highlight. But the bronzer is what I'm working on. And I can honestly tell you that I don't even really see a dip. Not, maybe the teeniest bit. Today I have it on as a bronzer on my body as well, and as a transition shade. It's a really nice color. It's kind of lightly pigmented. It's right there. But it's pretty cool tone. I really enjoy it. I think especially when I get more fair, it'll work even better. But I don't know if I'll hit pan on this, to be honest. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. You know, we're just working on everything that we can. So those are the 13 items I want to finish up by Halloween. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Some of these items I feel really confident about. Some of them I don't. In case you're new to my project pans, all of my project pans are rolling. So, or most of them are. So, like you saw, hit goal on something, I rolled something else in. But once I hit that goal of 13, so I have 13 items in this project, but I only need to hit goal or finish up 5 more until I've hit the 13 number. I will end this project pan. I do that because, like I said at the beginning, I have 6 project pans going on right now. And by finishing them up once I hit that goal number, it helps me have more and more projects going on, which in turn helps me go through my makeup collection more. Not just get use out of it, but also be sorting through. Because for the most part, I pretty much only use project pan items, which is great, but at the same time, I have a large collection. So I hope that'll make sense. That's how I do it. It makes the most logical sense to me. Let me know if you have any questions, requests, suggestions, comments. I think I might have already said that. I can't remember. But still, you can let me know down in the description box. And if you want to know what's on my face, it's always listed down below. And with that, I'll just see y'all real soon. Bye.